One of the coolest things about looter shooters, of course, is that precious loot. And this is going to be extremely important in Outriders, but understanding how the gear system works and what you should keep or discard is going to be crucial to your overall experience and, of course, that endgame builds. Today, we're going to be diving deep and talking about everything you need to know about the armor system in Outriders that's going to take you from taking your gear from common all the way to legendary, what you should keep, what you should discard, and also what to pay attention to when you guys get gear. So if all of this sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like would be greatly appreciated. But before we dive into the video, want to remind you guys about our monthly giveaway, giving away a copy of any game of your choice. To enter and participate, super duper easy. All you got to do is click the link down below in the description and you guys will be automatically entered. Now, before we dive into the most important stats about the game, it's going to be crucial that you guys understand the basics about the game and the basics about the armor system. So in order for you guys to understand the basics of the armor system, let's take a look at an armor piece and talk about the things that are going to be extremely important whenever you look at an armor piece. So when you pick up an armor piece, you're going to notice a couple of things. First and foremost, you're going to notice that it has an item level. Now, the way the item level is determined is going to be based on two primary things. Number one, it's going to be dependent on your level. And number two is the item rarity. If you guys combine the item level and the rarity, it overall decides what that item level droppage is. Number two, guys, is you're going to want to make sure that whenever you see an item or whenever you pick up a gear, you pay attention to the attributes. Now, the attributes are the three things that are listed within the actual armor itself. It's going to be very similar for those of you who have played the Division. You guys are going to be able to understand this a little bit better. Also, for other loot and shooter games, this kind of has almost the same mechanics, but the gear set actually has three attributes. That's the maximum attributes you're able to get. So let's explain how these attributes work and how you're able to get them. So we're going to start off with common items. So this is going to be whenever you start the game, these are going to be the items you're going to be able to obtain. Common items never have attributes. They have 0 attributes. They just have armor stats. Now, there is a very important thing that you need to understand about attributes. They're actually divided into two categories. They're divided into primary attributes and they're divided into secondary attributes. When you get an item that has a total of 3 attributes, the first line or the first bar that's within the attributes, for example, we take a look at this one right here, it's going to give you anomaly power. This attribute is always going to be the primary attribute. Now, when it comes to primary attributes, they pretty much fall under the following category. You have some that are going to give you firepower bonus. You have some that are going to give you anomaly power bonus and some that are going to give you health bonuses. This is primarily always going to be the case when you get your primary attributes. They're always going to be falling under those categories. In addition to having those primary attributes, you also have secondary attributes. Now, those attributes are the ones that are listed down below after the first one. So, for example, we're taking a look at this armor. We have health received and we have long range damage. These are 2 secondary attributes. Now, one thing you need to understand about attributes is that they actually have levels. So they go from level 1 all the way to level 6. Let me give you guys a quick example. So for example, let's say you get a regular item that drops for you guys and it has a total of 3 attributes, but one of the secondary attributes is only a level 1. That's going to give you 100 HP. So let's say you keep playing the game, you open up a chest and you find another one, and this one actually drops the same item, but instead of the secondary attribute being a level 1, it's actually a level 2. That means that that HP bar is going to go to 110. And so forth and so forth. So if you were to get a level 6, it would give you 160 HP. Now, the cool thing about this whole system is that you're actually able to change these attributes accordingly and level up your gear. Now, I'm going to go into a more in-depth overview of how all of this works in my crafting video, so you're definitely not going to want to miss that one. But just to give you guys a quick idea of how this actually works, if you notice at this particular item that we're taking a look at here, we have healing received, long range damage, and anomaly power. But one thing I want you to notice is this right here, which is the long range damage. If you notice right after the long range damage, you have an icon, and that particular icon is called a shard. Basically, whenever you decide to dismantle this particular item, you are going to go ahead and get a long range damage shard. Basically, what that's going to allow you to do is that if you find another piece of item that might have a attribute of the long range, which is very low, and this is theoretically, let's say a level 6, you're always able to go ahead and put that long range damage attribute into that armor, to make the perfect roll. Now, exactly what should you look for whenever you get an item? You're going to be looking for two major things. And this is going to be crucial that you guys pay close attention to, because this is going to be the deciding factor if you guys should dismantle. Actually, three things: if you guys should dismantle or keep the item. So number one, you want to make sure that whenever you pick up an item, you check out if it's what the primary attribute is, which is always going to be the first one that appears on the top of the screen. If you need that primary attribute, you know that that's a keeper. Number two is you want to make sure you look at the secondary attributes. This is going to be extremely important because all of these attributes you're going to be able to level up. So the cool thing about here is that you want to make sure that they come with the right stats for whatever type of build you're doing. So for example, if you're trying to make a build that's going to, you want life leech, so you're going to want to look for something that gives you anomaly power, something that gives you lifesteal with your weapon, something that gives you lifesteal with, with your ability, then you guys found the perfect role for that particular build. If you want to get something that, applies some more status effects, then you're going to want to make sure one has a really good primary attribute and the two secondary attributes have really good bleed effects, because what that's going to allow you to do is you're not really looking for the actual number if it's high or low. You're just pretty much looking to see what attributes work for your particular build or your particular character. In addition to that, guys, of course, the armor, you guys should already know if you've been following my videos, also give you the ability of getting mods. Now, these mods are very self-explanatory. Every gear will drop with a particular mod. Now, these mods are all able to be interchangeable from one gear to another. Now, the cool thing about this is that once you dismantle a gear, you're going to collect that mod and you're going to be able to use that mod on any other piece of gear, because once you have the mod, it's almost allowing you to use it indefinitely. So you're able to apply this mod to any gear. Remember, you're only able to replace one mod, and you have to keep one mod that the gear comes with. It's going to be very crucial that you determine what particular mod it is. Now, I know what you guys are asking. Laser, all right, that sounds dope. That sounds cool. But what about legendary armor? Well, legendary armor works a little bit different, because legendary armor comes with everything. It comes with 3 attributes. It comes with the perfect mods. And these are actually made, handcrafted by the designers. They want to make sure that the attributes you're getting from that legendary gear and the mods you're getting are the best top-notch legendaries you could possibly get. They want to make sure that the legendary feels legendary. And that is the main reason why they designed it and crafted it. So when you pick up a legendary, you could be like, I'm keeping this one because I know it has the best stats and the best rolls. In addition to that, if you want to make sure you get a legendary mod from, or a level 3 mod, you're always going to find it in a legendary. But if you find a duplicate of that legendary, you dismantle it, you get to keep that mod to apply it to other gear. Now, I know one question you might be asking, Laser, can I maximize the attributes? If there's a level 1 through level 6, can I maximize the attributes? So let's say I get a really good primary attribute and I want to maximize my, my secondary attributes. Can I do that? Unfortunately, guys, there is no set number for me to tell you that the highest it goes is to 120 health, or, the highest weapon damage is 210. They did not design the game to be that way. The way the actual game is meant to be done is if you go ahead and you apply and you try to level up a level 2 attribute, then what the game will do, it's going to filter out and kind of even it out to give you the best roll or the best stat, because there is no set value of what's maximum and what's minimum. But one cool thing is that I know a lot of you guys are asking, Laser, what happens if I level up a gear as I'm playing and, mid-game, I want to dismantle that gear and I already spent like 3 shards to level up that item? The cool thing is that the game will give you those shards back, so you're not losing your shards as you're leveling up, which is really cool and really amazing. You just want to make sure that you're collecting the shards for each individual attribute, so you have enough shards to play around with when you decide to get to the end game. That's why leveling up and crafting is tailored mostly for mid-game and end-game content, and that's why it's going to be extremely fundamental that you watch my crafting video, where I'm going to break down and explain how everything works. I hope this video does help answer a lot of questions that you guys have been asking here on the channel on how exactly the armor system works, how you're able to determine if you should keep a gear, dismantle a gear, or overall in general, if you should, be working on a specific build and how to go about doing that. If you have any additional questions regarding armor, you guys know what to do. Drop it in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to answer those in a timely fashion. And don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying our Outriders content, make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel for more Outriders information. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to share this video. And overall, in general, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to make sure you guys stay up to date to everything Outriders. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.